Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree Wix YouTube tutorial. Today I'm going to be going through how to create and build a fluid website on Wix. So yes, we'll go ahead and get started. So as you can see right in front of us, we've got a site here. And this was the site that we brought up last video. So it's pretty cool. It's got like the sort of cartoony retro look, and it's something that you wouldn't really see with some sites today. So I'm gonna just go through it with you now. I'm gonna hit the preview here. Okay, so I've just hit the preview button there, and as you can see, we've got like a very fluid sort of design on the website. Got a video running here in the back. And then you've got sort of like an animation going on there as well, if you didn't see that, as you can see. And then around here showing us this as well, and our footer. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started on building this site. So if you guys haven't seen the rest of our other videos, I highly recommend you check them out. It's we've done a step-by-step process on how to create a one-page website, just like we're trying to do now as well. So yes, we'll go ahead and try to build or try to replicate this site. Okay guys, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and build our recreation of that site that we've seen. So what I'd like to do is we're going to go ahead and click on Wix. So this is just a wee guide as well, just to show you how to start off as well. So we'll just say it's a portfolio, just for now. And then the name of the Wix site was Thin Cleaver. Yep. Okay. Sorry, just double checking to see if that's the actual name. Gonna remove the chat box. Go ahead and click next. Okay. So as you can see, you got different options where you can go to the dashboard and manage your apps, but we're gonna go ahead and, as you can see, you can also get a custom site, and this is where it asks you for a bunch of questions, but we're gonna go ahead and just customize a designer made template. Now you've got a list of different options for templates, but I'm gonna go ahead and choose a blank one and maybe try to grab something close to this. So let's see here, what have we got? You know what, we're gonna go ahead and just edit it from scratch, just so you guys can really see how it works. I'll go ahead and skip forward. Alright, now that the blank canvas has been loaded up, we're gonna go ahead and start off with our header. So we're gonna try to do something a little bit different, unlike some of them where it's just a complete header with all the different pages. We're going to go ahead and maybe try something along the lines with the menu item and using the lightbox as well. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. So the color of this one, we'll try to mimic it. So let's see what. So he uses that. Okay, no problem. Looks good to me. Okay. So you can change the header design and add some elements onto this. So we're gonna go ahead and do so, and maybe add a strip and put that in there. Okay, strip's a bit too big. We'll reduce that. We'll click on this. And by double clicking on it, it'll reduce it as well. Probably just keep it there, as the header isn't really going to be a great factor with this one. Gonna change the strip background to a color that we might like. Let's see, what color did they use for this? Okay, just gonna copy and paste that color just to make sure that I got the right one. One second. Okay, so just had to manually type that in instead. So we've got our nice background there for our header. Now we're going to focus on trying to get that menu. So that's our main goal for this header. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll go back to here. And what I'm going to want to do is add an element. Go to decorative. No, it doesn't really matter what one you pick here. I am just going to go and pick this one, like a little square and a triangle. And I'm going to put that guy. See, it doesn't really matter where I put it because I'm going to be pinning these elements. So for the meantime, you can just stay there. I'll increase that height or size. Now, change the basic shape, which is what we're going to go to. And we're going to search for a hamburger menu. Burger menu. Okay. Okay, now, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick this. I think that's the one they picked as well. And then change the design. Gonna turn that color black just so it's a lot more bolder. Now, that's done. So I'm gonna have to add in my logo. Okay, we'll just get that text in. Hold on, let's see what's happening here. Text. Go for a title, big title. Put it in the middle. And then... okay. And then we'll change out that text. I think this one was sin. Let's see. SYNE at a 32. And it's also bold. Okay, there you go. So we got that look. I'm gonna make sure it's small. Find the center. There we go. So we've got our menu, our title, and then basically if you have, say, a shop, we'll put a wee shopping basket just for looks here for the meantime. Or what was this, sorry? Register button. Okay. So I'm gonna go to register, and we'll just add a button here for the meantime. It's close enough. See, so the great thing about this is you can design it. So let's just say the border is going to be 1 throughout with a color black, or maybe something a little bit thicker. We'll just go 5. Probably too much. Go with 3. Okay, that's perfect. And then our background fill, will make that transparent. Our text, we'll go for sin. Go bold, and then we're going to change the text and icon to register now, and we're going to make sure that there's no icon. Text only. There we go. Okay. And then let's see if we go back to this one, register. Okay, so it's just saying register. So we'll just delete that. And then we'll make that a little bit bigger. Change the color, and we'll have it color black for the text color. Good. Click away from that. Have it centered. Okay. So I'm happy with how that's looking so far. Just trying to keep it a minimalistic look, the same as this one, as you can see. Probably be best to move this up a little bit as well. There you go. Find the middle of this, middle of that, and the middle of this. Okay, so now we'll move on to our sort of hero section here. So let's see what they got going. So, okay. So this is pretty easy. So I'll just X off that. So I'll go ahead and add a strip. And these strips are really good as it can make a site a little bit, or it can make the site a lot more responsive. So I'll just drag and drop this. And let's see what sort of sizing was this one. And also this is a great little tool here to use, this toolbar. So you can check to see what height it's at. So it's at 406, but we'll just put it to 400. Okay, so it's already at 400. And then you can also change the strip background. So what we'll do is, so we'll just get rid of that. Change the strip background to that color. And now we need to replicate this area here. And as you can see, they just use some text and vector art. So they had something along the lines of live webinar. So right in there, and let's see what size they used. So it's at 24 and space grotesque, and I assume it's the same for this one. Yep. Okay. So go back to this and search up for space grotesque at 24. It was a 24, wasn't it? Yeah. Yep. And then okay, have it as live webinar. Oh, okay. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make that bold, just like this, and then just move that into like that. And as you can see, since I've got the alignment up here, I could just go ahead and align it like that. Like so. And then they used a decorative piece. So I'm gonna do the bullet point, which is this one here. And just make that a little smaller. Move that along here. Also, don't be afraid to use the arrow keys as well. It's very good for trying to align items. And then we'll turn that black. As you can see. So it's a little bit smaller than that. And then I'll just align it like this. Okay. I'll go ahead and copy and paste this and move it here. Move that a little bit more. And then I think they had, so 5 November, let's see, 5 November, and since it's coming up to the new year, we'll just do 2023 at 6. Now, of course, if it does that, it's just easy to just drag that and to align it. So that's our first part done. Now they had this text here as well. I'll actually just go ahead and copy and paste that. So what they did was the same thing, just go for some text, and they just aligned it like this, like so, and then paste that in, and they used probably a font of 60, if I know that for sure, or 80, there you go, so font of 80, and type that in. Okay, and make sure as well, if you are trying to increase the size, that it's a highlighted bit of text. Change that to sin. Okay, so again, if it's messed up a little bit there, you could just go ahead and align it to your liking, just so it's nice. So they had it like this. Smart Littles for finances. So their alignment for that, I assume, is going to be somewhere around like that. Yep, as you can see, they've got an alignment for middle, and then all we're missing now is a register button. So go ahead and do that. We'll actually increase the size of this. So using the toolbar, we'll increase that back up to 400 as it was, or 406. And that's a lot easier than dragging and dropping this, as you can see. I got lucky there. So, and then we'll go ahead and copy and paste. Oh, we'll go ahead and copy and paste our button. We'll just make it slightly bigger if it lets us. Okay. Decrease the size a little bit. Perfect. And we'll change that sizing of the register button to what sizing did they do for this? Let's see. Increase the font size to 20. There you go. We'll just leave it at that. Looks good to me. Okay. So now that you have that in place, that's our like sort of quote unquote hero section completed. You can actually just type that down here just to keep track. So now it's gonna be, we're gonna be doing another strip here, and this time it's gonna be showing us a video. So let's see, what sort of measuring did they do for this? It's at 582. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another section. Again, I'm gonna do a strip. Okay, and for this one I'm gonna add a black strip again, and then have this one at 582. Okay, hold on, we'll just get that one back up to 582 as well first, before we do this alignment for this. 582, hit enter. Okay, and as previous as well, we'll change the background color. So we'll have it that same color throughout the site. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. And now, so that they had a video box. So the way you can get that in is just go to add elements and go to video. And as you can see here, you've got a video box. And you can search for more of these videos. So I think the one they had is something to do with Bitcoin. There you are. We'll go ahead and click on that. And what's great about this one is it looks to have a transparent background. Okay. So now we need to adjust the width and the height. So let's see, their width is 1341524. So I'm gonna change that to 524 and then 1341. Okay, and it's just adjusting that to size. So what do we got here? This one is at 582 and they had theirs at 582 as well. Okay. I'll probably just increase the size of this just so it's not too cluttered. So we'll just increase that to 600. So just so that the video is over. Oh, okay, hold on. 524. Okay, so that should only be 524 anyway. One, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so it's just not allowing me to do that. Okay, that's fine. We could change that to 1300 instead, and then we'll get the best of both worlds here. Okay, so it's only allowing me to drag it down like that, which is fine. This is attached to this strip anyway. Okay. So we'll bring this to 700 instead, just so it can cover this video, or let's see, 710. Okay. There we go, happy enough with that. Okay, so we've got our video done. So if we go ahead and preview this, as you can see, everything's sort of coming along together. There you go. Now, what we want to do is go back up to the header as we need to finish off one of the items here, which is our menu item. So now we're going to create like a sort of drop down for it. Now, we're going to add some elements into this, and we're going to search up for interactive, and we should have something along with lightbox. Here we go, lightbox. I'm going to go ahead and click on the subscribe one, so you can choose whatever you want on that one. We're only going to be modifying this to our liking, so we'll change that, get rid of the subscription, and then the overlay background will also be a color white. Let's see what we can do. Okay, it's not wanting us to. Okay, there we go. Just wouldn't let us change it there. So now we just need to change the color of this one to white and then make it opaque. Okay. And then for the layout, I want to have that on the left side. And then my close tab like this, and make it a little bit bigger as well. And you can also change the design on that list of different designs. Go for something like this, and we're looking at something to do with money because it's finances. So we'll change the color of this to, let's see what we got. Should have something along the lines of a green. There you go. Or green like American money. And the one below there. See if we could try to find it. Okay, that's about the same. Alright, and then for this as well, we could just add some, like a paragraph or something like that. Okay, attach it onto this. bring it down. And this is where you can start putting some of your things in. So let's just change that to sin and have that maybe at a 20 px. Delete that, maybe 30 px or 25. Okay. So you can have either a contact page, contact, about, and they would mainly stay at the bottom. And then what you would want to write down is, let's see, I would have maybe finances. Let's say finances. Finance, explore, and about, contact. So that's just a couple of examples that you can write down. Doesn't necessarily have to be those. Make them bold, make them 25. And character line spacing, you can adjust them as well. So let's just say you wanted to. You could do so, as you can see. Now you can center it, align it, just do whatever you want with it, as you can see. And there's a few more things that you could add to that if you want to, but just an example, that's how I have it. And then if you're wanting to link to different pages, which we'll do now, we'll go back and exit light mode. And then I'll create a couple more pages here. I'll just manage our pages. So we've got our home. And then we had, just do a blank page here. And then we said something to do with finances. Okay. And of course you can choose from the other ones here. So we have an about us page. We'll go ahead and click on one, random one. Okay, so that's an about. And then you can also duplicate these, just if you have the 3 little dots there. I think I had explore as well. Explore. Okay, we'll click down on that. And then I'll add one more page, which is the contact. I'll go ahead and just use one of the random ones that they have here. And yes, I'll add that to the page. Okay. We'll let that load. Okay. So perfect, now that we have all those in, I'm gonna go and head back to my home page. Now, as you can see, there's no way of getting back home. So we're gonna use links. So this is a sort of new section to what we're moving on now to, is links. And then if I click on the link here, choose a page and make that home, that is now going to be able to be, so once I click this, I'm going to be able to click to home. And since it's on the header, it'll always stay from home. You can edit that text as well and remove the underline. Okay. And the good thing about this as well, with this header, you can change the header design if you wanted to. So you can have it with no color, which we have. And then our scroll settings is where it scrolls with the site. So it just disappears. So if we go ahead and preview this, since these are stuck to the, we'll fix that lightbox up. But since we've got this connected to the header, it'll disappear with the site. But if we go back to editor, and you don't want it to be like that, you can go ahead and change the scroller to where it freezes. So that means it'll always stay with you. Now the problem is we've got this part where it's sort of like blocking everything, and maybe some people wouldn't want that. So okay, we'll go back to editor. So another way we can do it is if we want to modify this out a little bit as well, so that this is running along the right side and this is running along the left side. Okay, what I could do is instead of having that, I can change the header design, and if I want to get rid of the title but keep the menu and the register button, go ahead and click on scroll with site, and there's this beautiful tool called pin. If I right click on it using your trackpad or your mouse, you can click on pin to screen. So that'll choose where you want to place that element in. As you can see, list of different options there. I'm going to place it for the top left and click X on that. And then for this one as well, I'm going to do the same and pin that to the screen and have that pinning to the right. So now if I preview it, I'm going to have this disappear while I'm keeping the register and the menu, as you can see. So it's scrolling with the site. Okay. So the last thing we need to do now for this is to actually link this vector art to our lightbox. So go to the link, go to lightbox, choose a page which is at the minute called subscribe, join our list. So the way to view your lightboxes as well is just by clicking on that top left here and clicking on your lightbox. Okay, so we're going to want to manage those pages and rename this to menu item. Okay, click done. Now we're going to modify this a little bit just so it's going to the right pages. So we'll go ahead and link this to the finances. Okay, don't worry about the underscore, we'll fix that. There you go. Click this one to about, done, and then this one to contact, which I'll do now. Okay, cool. So we got all those, and then if I just highlight these all and hit the underline, it'll disappear, as you can see. Now, these should be able to link to whatever page you've linked them to. And all that's left is to modify how it animates. So as you can see, we have it sliding in from right to left. We can customize that. Of course, we don't want that to happen. We want it to do from left to right. So we'll go ahead and play that, as you can see. And then you could also change the power, so it's a little bit hard, or you can have it soft, see? And there's a few different animations that you can have as well. Like so. Let's see. We'll go for something a little bit better. Yeah, a gliding looks cool. I'd rather have that. Okay. So once you're happy, just click off it, which is exit the lightbox, and then we're going to see if everything works just for the header. So as you can see, my cursor is now changing. If I click on that, there you go, got that coming up. And if I click on about, we should be brought to the about, as you can see. So that's good. Click on this, contact, there you go. And as you can see, the same dynamic of the menu and register is still the same throughout all the other pages. That's because it's linked to the header. So we'll go ahead and click on this, and then we'll see if our home button works. And just like that, works perfectly fine. So far we've got the hero section, and then our register button there, and then our video, So now we're going to be moving on, and we're going to check out how they did this area. So if we preview this, as you can see, they've got that little animation going on there. So obviously, of course, you'll be wondering how they did that. That's fairly easy. We're going to try it. We're going to attempt it. I'm pretty sure that I know how they got around to doing that. So if we go back, and then we'll just check out what their thing is. Okay. So as you can see here, they use a strip to have columns. So that's what we're going to do as well. And this just makes sure that if you say you did this, okay, and then like, do you see how it's moving with the site? So if we look at the preview section, and we can see it flow with the site, that's because of the use of strips. So it's not actually all bad to have blank spaces on your website, because it helps your site become responsive. So we'll go ahead and go back to editor, and we'll try this out. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the next section of this site, which was the one that we've seen here. So we'll go ahead and get stuck into that, and then let's see. We'll add another blank section, add an element in there, a strip. There we go. Drag that up. Okay, just below that strip there. And we'll go ahead and change the color. Okay. And what was the measurement of this one? So we're setting at 623 for the height. So using our toolbar, 623 for the height. Okay, there we go. So now they had columns on this one. So the way to get columns, just right click onto the strip, and you'll get this little menu item, and then click on layout. And as you can see here, we've got add column, left, center, or right. So we're going to add a column. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and manage that column. And since we have two columns, we'll go ahead and see here. Okay, so we'll do this. Oh, okay. Sorry folks, just 1 second, just trying to get this lined. Okay. Okay, so once everything is there, so I'm happy enough with that. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add some of that content in. So as you can see, we've got the about webinar and this. So just to speed it up, we're just gonna copy and paste, as I've shown you guys how to get that area in. Have that there. Okay, I'll go ahead and skip ahead here. Okay, so I've got the about webinar area done. So now we're going to move on to this and how they ended up creating this one. So we're gonna go ahead and it looks like they used a container box, so we're gonna go ahead and do the same. So let's see here, need to write in container. Okay, right, so let's try that again. Container. Okay, so we've got the container boxes, and I'm gonna pick one of the ones here. Just go for this one. Okay, so where would they have that setting? Okay, this setting above. I'll go ahead and drag and drop this down. Okay. I'll change the design of that one and make sure that it's a clear background. And now what I want to do as well is go ahead and sort of have that basic shape. So it looks like this is a vector art. So back to this, the way to get vector art is just go to decorative and just pick any of the squares here. So I'll go ahead and drag and drop one of those and increase the size. So the sizing of one of that is 492 and 325. Now of course you don't have to copy that. It's not a sort of thing that you have to have. I'm just showing you guys how to create this sort of hover interaction. So what way did they have their... Okay, so they just kept it within the box. So at 539. Okay. Okay. And we'll just keep it within the box. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and copy and paste that. Just increase the size of this first and worry about the thing in a minute. Okay, it just doesn't like it. Okay. So you guys were seeing the mistakes as well as we're going along. So we'll go ahead and try again. So 492 and 325. Okay. And then we just want that sitting above like that. Now we'll go ahead and change the color of this one. So we'll just go for like the red. Or the red that I think it was a red. Okay, it was yellow. There you go, yellow. And then for this one, it was color red. Okay. And of course you can add borders to this, as you can see, and I can just increase that so that it's like a 3px. Same goes with this one. I can go ahead and add a border to it, and then change up to 3px. So it's becoming a lookalike almost. Okay, so last one now is we need to go ahead and copy and paste again. This time we want that to be at a 325 again, so 325 and enter. Okay. So we'll change the design of this one. Oh, I think this one's a image, so we'll actually delete that and then we'll go ahead and look for an image. So we'll just go ahead and look for more. So it looks like she's just working from home. Working from home. see, maybe we can try to find the same image, maybe not. Okay. Alright, we'll just go for a random one. We'll just go for this guy here. Alright, so then we want to bring this down to 325. And then for this one as well to be 492. Oh, close enough, 492. Okay, slightly bigger. So we'll attach that to the box. Like so. Okay. And of course we want to add a border to that. So we'll go to design and add a border to it. There you go. So let's see, we can frame it. Let's see, maybe we can change that so it doesn't have that. Okay, let's see, just go for the no frame and then customize that. Okay, there we go, we've got a white one. I'm going to change that to color black, and then we're going to change it so it's 3px. Perfect. Okay, so now it's matching to this one. Now, how did they create that hover interaction? So we'll go ahead and send this forward, and we're going to go ahead and click on this, change that to hover interaction. So make sure you click on the container box, change that to hover interaction. So we've got one here, and we want this to move up like that, and then same goes for this one. We want that. Oh. So okay, push that up like that, so it's moving away from its original position there. Okay, so as you can see, okay, back to regular, and we're going to click on this one, and same again, we're going to want to create a hover effect on that. So I'll go ahead, now we've got this one done, we'll go ahead and send that back. Then we want to send this forward all the way. One more. Okay. And then we will change the hover on that, and then we also want to do around there. Okay, as you can see, it's playing well. I'm happy enough. So now what we need to do is exit hover mode, click on this, and send that back all the way. Okay, now if we go ahead and click on preview, hopefully this works. As you can see, it does its hover. Now the only problem is this is going black. We don't want that to happen, so let's see what we could do to fix that. And as we don't want that to happen, so you choose effect, nothing, which is good. Design. Okay, and then on hover, we want to make sure it doesn't change at all. So just be careful with the hover. It can be hard to sort of get around it. So now that's fixed. Still blacking out a little bit, so we'll see what we can do to fix that. So click on hover, click on this, click on the design. For this one, we don't want a hover interaction. Okay. Right. Shadow, no shadow. Okay. Oh, I had forgotten that it reset it there. Choose effect, no effect, design, border. Okay, okay. Apply no shadow, yep. And then for this one, it's the same, go back to hover. There you go. Still doing it. Okay, 1 second. Okay folks, I'll be with you in a wee second there. Alright, that seems to fix the issue there, so there we go. Happy enough with that, so that's sort of the same look that we have on this one. Go ahead and show you guys. It's close enough, as you can see it's fairly close compared to what we have. So that's how you do that hover interaction. But as you can see, there's like a list of different ones there as well. Let me see if I could show you guys. There's a bunch of different hover options that you could do. So if you click on hover just, and then you could choose an effect, you could choose it for it to grow, as you can see, and you can play that. There you go. And then you can have that shrink. You can have that skew or rotate if you wanted to, or you can have that like this. So there's just a list of different options. You didn't have to do the one I did, you know, but I thought that was just a cool effect, so I was happy enough to do so. So we've got that part of the section complete, and I'm pretty happy with that area. So now moving on, so we need to do a little bit of animation there, as you can see. So this went from right to left, and that went from right to left as well, as you can see, and there was a little delay as well there. So we want to try to create that. So this for us is a new section, and let's have a look at it. As you can see, this is a new section with 2 columns as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that, and that was a strip as well. But there should be one whole section. Yep. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added the strip here, since you already know now how to do the strips. And I'm going to change that color to the same color we had. Just DCCC. Let's see. Not liking it, is it? Okay, we'll try it again. A strip. Move that in there. Okay, and split it into 3 columns. I should have actually changed that color before I did that, but it's okay. I'll just go ahead and do it now. Here we are. Okay, and then now we're gonna go ahead and add this in. Okay, so what width did we have that? It's a 269, so we'll probably reduce that size as it is a little bit big. Okay. And then we'll just move our the speakers up a little bit. What's the Y on that? it is at 1867. Close enough there. 1867. There you go. Okay. So we'll get the other strip in. Okay, so we'll just get another strip. I'll actually just go ahead and copy and paste this one into this. That'll make it easier. And we're gonna go ahead and delete a column just. There we go. And then we'll get the px of that, or the height of that, which is a 644. Get the toolbox out again. 644. Okay. Double tap to clear the white. 644. Okay, cool. So as you can see here, we've got their image. So that's an image as well. I'm gonna quickly show you guys how to do that. So we'll go here, image, and we'll go to a couple more here. We'll see what they have. Portrait, anything to do with the portrait, I'm happy enough. Okay. Let's see. Maybe member. Okay, we'll find one. We will find one. We'll get a color on this. We'll say specific color has to be yellow, and I hope we can find one. Let's see. Okay, we'll just say all colors. Okay, so we'll probably just go with whatever we got here. Don't want to mess about too much looking for a photo. Okay, there you go. We've got two portraits there, which is the same one that we were looking for. So studio portrait and smiling portrait. So we're going to go ahead and click on this guy. Add him to the page. Now, what's his? He's at 370. Okay, so we'll do it 370 and 370 as well. Okay, we'll just go with it. Okay, now we can change this out. So let's see, what sort of layouts do we have? We'll go to design, and this time we're going to be picking a themed one. Okay, happy enough with that. That's the circle. We're like an oval shape going on here. Try to get that circle going. Okay, sorry folks, I just had to crop that down in order to get to where I want it to be. Let's see, now we want to add like a border to this. So go to layout or design. Okay, so we've got that frame, and then we'll do a border, and then we'll just say 3. Okay, happy enough with that. And let's see, they've got Tony Shelby. I'm just going to copy that and paste it on here. Okay, just to speed this up a wee bit as well. I'm sure you guys already know how to do this from the previous steps. Okay, and there you go. Okay, so happy enough with that. I'm going to do the same for Anne Berna. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I forgot to mention as well, make sure you adjust the layout, because if you have it like this as well, your lines are in the way. So we're going to have to readjust that, as you can see. So we'll just adjust it back. Find the middle of that here. Same goes with this and that. Okay, and we'll do the same for this one as well. We'll go ahead and change the layout so it's at the left side. And find the center of this. Yep, happy enough. And then find the center of that. That's why these columns and these lines are really handy and come into play big time, because you'll be able to adjust them to where you need them to be and it doesn't look messy. And your thing doesn't get affected as well. That's why columns are very important. So, now we got all that sorted. If I go ahead and preview that. Okay, so it's automatically done that for me. Okay, so if you just click on the animated, you can see as we did copy and paste these in, I'll just quickly show you what it looks like without any animation. And same for this one, no animation. Okay, so we'll compare Anne Berna and Tony Shelby. So if we preview that, as you can see, she glides in and he doesn't. So we can go ahead and change that and get rid of that white spacing above. Okay. So yeah, it's just as easy as just clicking on this and then clicking on animation and then letting it, I think it was, what was this, the animation for this one? Float in. So you can have it float in. Okay, and then same goes for this one. We'll have this one floating in. Okay, and then this one as well. We'll have this one floating in. And this one as well. We'll have that one floating in. So now, I don't know if you've seen the problem, but Tony Shelby is now floating from right to left. So they're both traveling at the same sort of direction. So the way you can change directions is very easy. You just go to animated. Now click on that. Choose the animation you want. Customize it. And we're going to have it from going left to right. And then you can even preview it as well. So we'll go ahead and do the same for the rest of them. Okay, so I'll have this one float in from left to right, and then have that plan, as you can see. Customize this one from left to right. There you go. And lastly, this one, and we want that to go from left to right. Okay. Very nice. So that's that section done as well. So now moving on. So what else do we got here? Okay, so we have this part. So that's pretty much that area here. Hold on, let me have a look at this. So acts as the same thing as well. So we could probably just skip that part, just because I don't want to make this tutorial too long than it already is. So that just goes the same as this. Same layout as you've seen there. So we can go ahead and skip that part. Okay, so we'll just move on to the footer. So what have we got going for the footer there? Okay, so it's got a contact us, our location, a social bar, sign up for our newsletter, and stay ahead in a rapidly changing world. Okay, so we'll go ahead and try to replicate that. Let's see. More want to use an orange color, so we'll go ahead and do that. So we're going to add an element, and we're going to put our friend, which is the strip, in there. Go ahead, do that. Okay, now let's see what the height is. 478. Change that to 478. Perfect. Okay, so we need to increase this and say 478. Double tap that. Okay, and drag that up. Okay, so now change the strip background color to the same color that we've been using. Oh, actually, sorry, we'll change it to a orange color. Okay, let's see what we got here. Something to do with orange. Oh, excuse me, let me see. We'll actually change it to something green, as it'll match that sort of currency color. I don't know why blue was on the other one, so okay, we'll change the color and then we'll add to a color. Do that like green color. Dark green. Yep, that looks good to me. Hit apply. Okay, now we've got that. We're gonna go ahead and add 2 columns. Okay. And we'll just go ahead and copy these in. As you can see, it's easy enough to do. Now for this one, if you want to have a newsletter, you need to go to the subscriber area. See, so if we search in here, newsletter, it'll give us a bunch of different ones here, hopefully. Or subscribe. Okay, so if you click on the subscribe form or contact form, as you can see right here, where did it go? Contact and forms. So we'll just click on this, go to contact and forms, and as you can see, we've got a list of different ones here. So we'll go ahead and drag and drop one of them into here. What do we have for contact? Okay, so we gotta contact us like that. Okay, we'll go ahead and click on that. Click on one of these. So it might be big. Yep, as you can see. So now we'll just drag this down a little bit, just make it bigger. Same along with this one. Now we'll drag this in here. And from here you can adjust it, which is really good. Or you can delete some fields. So just say you just wanted an email, you could just delete this and delete that. Drag that along here. And then same with the subscribe button. And see, we can have it like joined together like this. Press it in more. Okay, and then we could just have the thanks for subscribing at the bottom. Then from this on, you can adjust that down. Which we could do, we'll go to layout, see here. There you go, you could change the design as well if you wanted to. Okay guys, so I've just went ahead and skipped ahead there, just so the video isn't too long. So that's the mailing list that I've created there. So it's not really similar to this, but it's almost there. And then I'll just go ahead and add a contact us here. You can see we could just do that and adjust it. And then you can edit that text and we'll go ahead and color it white. And then as well as that, so if you don't want, say, the street, like just the text for street name to show, an easy way to do that is just, we'll go to here, and here you go, Google Maps. You just drag and drop one of these in, like so. And then we can have the little contact information there. go in here, just drag and drop that in, and then we can even have the social links in. The way to get social links in as well is if you go here to social, and then you will be able to pick amongst the ones here. So let's just say I want to click on that. I can get a social bar, and then I could just put it there. And if you did want to change the color as well, easy to do. Just click on this, replace icons, and I'm able to just search up the name. So it's Instagram. Pick on the white one. It's a little bit hard to see, but we'll delete a couple of these as we don't need them. So Facebook one as well. And then you can have a white icon there, as you can see. Same goes for Twitter. Have a Twitter one. Here we are. And a YouTube one. There you go. There we are. And of course, be sure to click done. And of course, if you want to link any of your socials in there, you could just click on this and then have them go to a URL. So there you are. And then as well as that, you can change the layout of it as well. So you could just say you want it to be 20, you can have it smaller. If you want it 25, you can have it bigger. So it's pretty much just dependent on you and how you want to design it. Same goes with the text here as well. And okay, so we'll go ahead and view the final product. So we'll go ahead and preview the site. So hopefully this is almost like a replica of the site. So as you can see, we've got our header, which we've done, and then we've also designed this from what we did earlier on. We've got our hero section mixed with the video. We've done the little hover here, and then we've got our, if we just refresh that just so you can see, because I did go from the bottom to top there. Okay, we'll just wait for this to load. Okay, so that's it loaded. So we'll go and preview the site again. So as I was saying, so we've seen that part, and then if I scroll down, oh, you've got this as well, where that's loading in along with that, and you've got your footer. One thing I actually did forget to do was the lightbox. So if I go back to the lightbox in the menu item, we don't want this to show straight away, so you need to set a trigger, and as it says here, it automatically displays. We want to make sure that says no. So then once that's done, exit mode, click on preview, so that shouldn't automatically pop up, and thankfully it hasn't. So as you can see, we've got that sorted as well. So yeah. So yes, that's just a tutorial on how to try to on how to create a fluid website design. Hopefully that gives you a sort of base plate or foundation on how you want to create your website. You don't have to follow this through and through. There's other creative things that you might want to add in, especially if you've got your own content, which is perfect. This is just using the Wix content. So yes, if you guys have any questions at all regarding what we've done today, just leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Thank you very much.